Welcome everybody, I'm Mr. Rains. I'll be your physics teacher this year. I'm just going to show you how you can be successful throughout this semester and the rest of the year in my course. I would like to just give you a rundown of some of the things you need to do and be mindful of as you're taking my course. And then as always, if you have any questions, please reach out via webmail or text, and then let's get started. All right, so talking about your course, you go to your planner and you bring up this course, and this is what your course would look like. It's a course tree. You are going to always look at your grades in Connexus. And so as you're going through, if you went to look at your grade in Connexus in your grade book, you could see where your grades would, what your grade would be. However, let's take a look at how you go in to submit assignments and see what you need to do per each day on your planner. So the planner takes you to a specific location and you see pages, and there are some pages here, and if you look real quick you can see there's 1 out of 7 here. So that down at the bottom it says 1 out of 7. That's really important to note, and I'll kind of highlight it over here so that you can kind of see 1 out of 7 down at the bottom. That's going to tell you, a lot of the times I will tell you, hey, page 2 in Connexus, page 11 in Connexus, you need to do something. So in this case, you're going to take notes on page 2 and page 7, and I'll show you where you would see that. Down here at the bottom, there is a little modifications link, and it brings up this little window for us, and I'll come back to that in just a second. What that means is there's a modification for the course when there's content in there. And that comes up if you see an eraser out to the side right here of your course. There would be a little eraser, and that means a teacher has gone in and put a modification on your course. That's very important in my course, because if you don't look at those modifications, you will do more work than you need to, and you will do the incorrect work. So please look very carefully at those modifications as you move throughout the semester. Okay, so say you look at your modifications and this is what it looks like. It says to be completed for this lesson. Watch Mr. Rains' course tutorial video. You see it right there. That's what you're watching right now. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to skip Connexus pages 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That leaves you taking notes over 2 and 7. That is the actual modifications for this assignment. And if you look, there's more information. It's always good to scroll down and make sure you have go through the entire content provided. Everything that we're talking about right now is in this list of 1 through 7 there. And then you can see down at the bottom, there's some other things there for you to look at that are very important. That's what it looks like for modifications in my course. So the next thing is, let's go a little bit more in depth of how you would submit an assignment in my course. So if you go to, say, Introduction, Unit 2, Lesson 1, I'll show you what those modifications look like. I don't have them uploaded yet. They will be uploaded whenever you are in your course in the planner. So we go to Unit 2, Lesson 1, and let's look at what that would be, what that would look like. This is your modifications. It says essential questions. This is what you need to be able to do by the end of this unit. And then down at the bottom, it says to be completed. Do not review any of review content on the Connexus pages. So all the pages in Connexus you're not going to look at. I have put exactly what you need to do out of those pages right here in the modifications for you. So if you will look, these little links that say Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are direct links to the chapter and the book. So when you click on it, it brings up this PDF of the book. So now you have everything you need to know to go through and read through, take notes, however the modification tells you. I tell you exactly what you need to do. So read 6 and 9 through 9, 16 through 17, 38 through 47. I have some Khan Academy videos there for you to watch if you feel like you just don't get it and you need somebody to talk to you over it. And then if you look here, it says do practice problems. And I'm actually going to get rid of this because you'll just see do the practice problems on these pages 1 through 6 and so on. Then the next thing you need to look at, each time you see practice problems, you should see here are the solutions to the practice problem. When you click on that, it brings up a PDF of the work actually drawn out. So I kind of go through and show you how we got those answers. So that's very important on those practice problems, and it should help you there. There's also a condensed version of the book here, as well as all the practice problems that were assigned right above or all in one location. So if you're like, Mr. Rains, I don't want to read through the book, just give me the Cliff Notes. Here's a good Cliff Notes version. Here are the practice problems that were assigned, and you can kind of look through it there. So that's another way you can kind of get through that stuff. Once you've gone through that, you will move on to the very final assignment. And I want to show you what it looks like when you do this. You have Connexus page 11, portfolio assignment. So portfolios are going to be like this. You're going to click on this assignment. It's going to bring this up for you. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to click return. This is what it would look like, but this is the teacher's version. So I'm going to click return, and then I'm going to go to a student view so that you would see what it would look like for you, and then I'll click back on the assignment. So the assignment would pull up, you would log into Canvas, and this is what you would see. Okay, so you're going to go through the lab, you're going to click begin. You're going to use the simulation up here at the top, and then you can scroll down, and it tells you what to set the values. It says, please use the simulation to answer lab questions. First, set the values, follow the instructions, set all the values to 0. Make sure, like this one, you got to be as negative, so make sure you're setting it to 0, right? And so you take care of that, you answer all the questions. Notice they're all multiple choice, and you click submit. But you're not done. When you go to the portfolio, so if I were to go all the way to page 11 on this assignment, it wants you to upload a document. So you're going to click on this, and you're going to find some blank document inside of your computer that you can upload. So if you wanted to create yourself a generic document that says lab completed or portfolio completed, and you just upload that file every time you need to, it's a fantastic idea. And what that does on my side is then I see you submitted the assignment in, I go to Canvas, grade it, and then fix your grade in Connexus to match whatever you made in Canvas. Remember, you do not look at your grades in Canvas. That is not a thing. You will look at your grades in Connexus. But you are submitting assignments in Canvas. So that's kind of a little bit different thing there. Treat it like a Google form. If you were submitting a Google form to me, you would know, you would get a grade. I would then upload that grade to Connexus. So that's kind of what you're looking at there. Now the next thing is what if you came up to a quiz? So you're going to do the same thing, but if we look Unit 2, Lesson 2. So if I go down here, Unit 2, Lesson 2, on my modifications, Unit 2, Lesson 2. It has all the information. Do not look at content on Connexus slides, and so I'm going to go ahead and fix that for you guys now while I'm looking at it. Connexus pages is the wording I need to say, so Connexus pages. And then you got the information there of what you need to look at for this unit, and then you have this link to take a quiz. So notice it takes me to Canvas again. This is where I would log into Canvas. I would go ahead and begin my work. And as I begin my work into this and I get through, I'll go through and do the multiple choice questions. Notice there's some drop-down menus where you select which one's the right, the final velocity and those types of things. You also come in here and put in the equation that's there. And then you got a little short answer here at the bottom that you would answer. You click submit. Once you are done with this assignment, you're not completely finished. You got to go over to Connexus. You're going to go to the very last slide or wherever the slide is located for the quiz, because some of them, like here, if you look right here, that one, the slide wouldn't be the last one. The portfolio is the last one. The quiz would be before it. You will click Start Assessment. Choose one random answer and then submit assessment. Okay, now it won't let me submit assessment because you may not submit stuff prior to the 16th. But that being said, if you click on it, you go down to the bottom, click submit, it'll say, are you sure you've only answered one? You're going to get a really bad grade. That's not your grade. Whatever you made in Canvas will be your grade, but I'm going to take, it'll populate for me. I take that Canvas grade and fix your grade in Connexus. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Remember, your final grade is posted in Connexus always. So I fix those grades when I go look and see what you've submitted over on the left on the Canvas side, and that's how you'll submit quizzes and tests as well as portfolios. As always, please remember, that if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. I will kind of scroll right in here now. You can see my Google number right here. I'll give you a little highlight there. Please use that or webmail. Webmail is a fantastic way to ask questions. I try to respond as soon as possible on webmail as well. That's a little bit tutorial of my course and how to be successful. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you.